guys. Welcome to another episode of Exploring Thoughts, where every week we take a new thought provoking topic and explore it. We're your hosts, Melly.
And Susie. And today's topic is on urban legends.
Nice.
But of course, before we begin, we must take out our handy dandy Google definition. Urban legend. A humorous or horrific story or piece of information circulated as though true, especially one perpetrating to involve someone vaguely related or known to the teller. Shala.
Yeah.
Shala.
I feel like they didn't need to have that last bit. I mean,
Yeah,
an
they could have
urban-
just had
they
the
could have
first.
just had the first thing.
So, of course, we also went to Urban Dictionary to see
Yeah.
to
Sorry.
see what kind of definition they got going over there. It says a modern myth, a frightening, untrue story in which the storyteller insists is true, but has no evidence to back it up.
Yeah.
Also, it never happened to the storyteller, but someone removed from them.
Yeah, right. It's always like I heard this from a friend of a friend or local legend says.
Yeah, did you hear that? That guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like that house up the road is haunted. Do you know this? No. But my friend Jerry has a cousin twice removed that said it happened to him.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. Shit. When I was little, I thought urban legends were just creatures.
Oh.
Were just about like creatures and like scary monsters.
Made up more
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, urban legends can be creatures. They can be of locations. They can be of events. They can be of situations.
Yeah.
It's really weird, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's like a local lore, if almost, like it doesn't have to be a specific thing or person.
Yeah, it's
It,
just
it can be an event.
it's
It-
just something
yeah.
that was told that was scary, or
And that has
you know,
some seed of truth to it because if you think about it, all of the urban legends start from something,
mhm.
and it's usually some sort of event or some sort of sighting, that leads to whatever it ends up becoming
Yeah.
as the legend
Yeah.
itself. There's always a little grain of truth with every
Mhm.
legend. I think that's probably my favorite part.
It's crazy that there's so many.
Yeah, so many.
Like when I was doing some research, I honestly found, at least for the United States, I found an urban legend for every single state.
Wow.
I do want to go through that a little bit.
Please do.
I'm definitely gonna go straight to
To
Florida.
Florida. I was just gonna
because-
say, can we start with
Hell
Florida?
yeah. So we're gonna go,
Bro, I've got money on it having something to do with alligators just because.
So no.
Damn it. I fucking lost that money.
So Florida's urban legend, supposedly,
Uh-huh.
is Captain Tony's. Because since 1852, Captain Tony's, the oldest saloon in Key West, has been known to be haunted. Doors slam for no apparent reason. There are inexplicable banging noises and frequent ghostly visitations.
Ooh.
Perhaps that's because it's the site of the town's original morgue, and it was
What
literally
the
built
fuck?
around a tree that the town once used for hanging pirates.
So we need to go. Key West is not that far from here.
Oh, Key West is not far. And Key West actually has a few of these like weird haunting things.
I'm a little surprised it's not Florida Man. I mean, like
The urban legend.
Florida Man. That's got to be in there somewhere, but that's crazy. I would like to go there with you. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, let's make that a trip.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so give me another state. Let's do at least two more.
What's Oregon's? Because I feel like there's a lot of serial killers there and shit. So there's got to be something good.
Oregon. All right. Let's just Oregon. The Bandage Man.
Oh yeah.
The ghost of a man who was supposedly chopped into bits at a sawmill terrifies Oregon residents and urban legend believers to this day. They call him the Bandage Man because, well, his entire body is wrapped in bloody bandages.
Oh.
Mostly, he is said to attack people who drive through or park their cars in Cannon Beach.
Yes.
I think
What
Cannon Beach is
is
now on the
now on
bucket
the
list.
list, right? Oh my
Shit.
god. Whoa.
That was
This
cool.
is exciting us. I don't
All right, one more. Give me one more.
All right. Let's try New York.
New York. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Her face just now. This has me concerned.
Yeah. So, New York. The legend of Cropsey.
Cropsey?
Cropsey? Is that
Yeah.
how you say it?
Yeah.
State Island's Cropsey has been a local legend for decades, gaining national attention when the documentary of the same name was released. The story goes that Cropsey,
Cropsey.
oops, I feel like The Office, Cropsey had a hook for a hand
Yo.
and was a patient at the Willowbrook State School. He would come out late at night to hunt and chase local kids with his hook hand.
Mhm.
In truth, a series of child murders did take place in that area, Staten Island, in the 1970s and 1980s. And now we need to look at these Halloween memes to feel better. We're not going to do that, but
Yeah.
well, that's kind of creepy.
Well, you name a state. Pick one. We'll do like two more.
Okay.
No, one more. Let's do one more.
Let me
'cause
just,
there's more.
how about I just throw my hand and whatever lands is the one we read.
Just scroll and then we say stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Nevada.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
the aliens at Area 51.
Nice.
That's
Sweet.
relatable. All right. Publicly known as the place where the military tests out some of its most advanced weapons and technology, conspiracy theorists and urban legend diehards suspect that it's also where the U.S. government stashes the UFOs it doesn't want us knowing about.
I believe that shit.
Yeah, I believe it too.
Okay.
Let's do one more. Let's go to Kentucky.
Kentucky. Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Kentucky. Hogan's Fountain. In Cherokee Park, you'll find Hogan's Fountain, which features a statue of Pan, the posterol yet devious Greek god.
Mhm.
At every full moon, some versions say every night at midnight, the figure of Pan wanders the park, causing mischief for passerbys.
What?
That's weird.
That's weird. Yeah, I was just saying it's weird. And you mean to tell me ain't nobody walking around in this park at 12 o'clock at night?
Ain't nobody
on
seen him
Halloween?
going around. No.
All right, Kentucky.
I see
I
you.
have something that is kind of like an urban legend, and it's just a modern one, and it's something I found on a list that I'll tell you. We'll discuss later on some of the funniest urban legends, and it's about Kentucky Fried Chicken, and that period of time where that whole theory is when they went from being called Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC is because they were using like mutant chickens and they couldn't technically or legally call themselves Kentucky Fried Chicken because it wasn't real chicken anymore. So they had to name themselves KFC and rebrand the whole thing.
I am not okay.
Yeah, I heard, and they would like grow their chickens on fences and shit, like to just harvest the meat. It was fucking weird. It was really popular, like when I was in, I think just before elementary.
God damn. That's wild. I don't want to
Just
talk
because
about
you
this
brought
anymore.
up Kentucky, that's what I'm saying. All right, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there like because you're from Chile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a crazy urban legend from where you were at or in Chile that's famous?
That I know about?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No.
you suck.
I'm sorry.
Because I know we're gonna talk a lot about urban legends from the United States. Like I know that, but I have one from Jamaica, a particularly famous one from Jamaica. I was figuring maybe you might have one from Chile, but look one up. Read it.
I mean, it looks like there's a few, but so there's one that's called Laguna del Inca. It says this myth helps explain the beautiful green color of a lake near Portillo, Chile. Legend has it an Inca man fell in love with an Inca princess whose eyes shone like emeralds. They were married on a mountaintop, and as they were coming down the mountain, the bride slipped and fell to her death. The
Whoa.
man wanted to give her a special tomb, so he decided she would be buried in the lake. As she sank to the bottom of the lake, the waters turned the same color as the princess's eyes.
Oh, what? That's a really nice one.
So there's one more. It says, well, there's two more, but La Calchona.
Mm,
In this Chilean legend, a woman deceived her family by being a housewife during the day and a witch at night. She would use potions to turn herself into various animals and play while her family slept, then use another potion to turn herself back into a human when morning came. One night, she forgot to make sure the children were asleep and they saw her turn into a sheep. As she ran off to play, the children wanted to imitate her and turn themselves into foxes. When they
what?
couldn't turn back into children, their cries woke their father. Seeing what had happened, the father threw all the potions into the river in a rage. When the wife came home, she couldn't turn herself back into a human and was doomed to remain a sheep.
That's creepy.
That's so weird.
Crazy.
Okay, there's one more listed on here. I'm gonna have to read it because what the hell is happening? Caleuche and Pincoya. These Chilean legends come from an island in Chile's south, Chileo. There are lots of fishermen there, so you can imagine there are legends about mermaids and ghost ships. The mermaid is named Pincoya, and she has beautiful golden hair. Now and then she will come ashore and dance. If she faces the sea while she dances, the fish harvest will be plentiful. If she dances facing the mountains with her back to the sea, fish will be scarce. The Caleuche is a ghost ship crewed by those who have drowned. Some say that Pincoya takes them to the ship. The ship appears at night and is always full of light and sound as if a party is going on aboard.
Whoa,
What the fuck is happening?
ghost ship.
Okay. Well, I learned a bunch of weird shit from my country right now. But anyways,
That's cool. I
so
have I have
Jamaica.
one. Yeah, I have one from Jamaica. Well, I have a couple, but one is like the one of the bigger ones. It's the White Witch of Rose Hall,
Hmm.
Annie Palmer. According to some people, there are terrible secrets lurking behind the beautiful facade. Local legend holds that Rose Hall is haunted by its former mistress, the White Witch, Annie Palmer. Annie Palmer was born in Haiti. Her parents died of yellow fever, and she was raised by a woman who taught her witchcraft and voodoo. She moved to Jamaica and married John Palmer, the owner of Rose Hall. Unfortunately for Palmer, his new wife was a powerful practitioner of dark magic. She also had a controlling and violent streak. As the story goes, she murdered not only John, but two subsequent husbands. She also had a habit of taking male slaves as lovers and then murdering them when she was tired of their service. Her reign of terror did not come to an end until she crossed another powerful magician, a slave named Taku. In one variant of the legend, Annie cursed Taku's intended son in law. In another, she cursed Taku's own child. All versions of the story agree that Taku murdered Annie Palmer using a combination of black magic and physical violence. Annie Palmer is supposedly buried in a tomb on the grounds of the mansion. Local lore says that her tomb was meant to be sealed with a voodoo ritual that would have kept her spirit in prison forever. However, the ritual was never completed, and Annie Palmer's ghost roams free at Rose Hall.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Creepy.
That one was like my serious one, and then there's like two random ones that are not as story or detail oriented. But if you are a Jamaican and you are listening to this right now, please write in and tell me if you also were terrified by these two things I'm about to say that your parents would tell you. One of them was that if you talk too loud at night, Duppy will steal your voice.
Creepy.
Yes, and I'm obviously that was made up by parents to keep their children quiet. But good lord, if I tell you I was not terrified that I was going to lose my voice for speaking too loud at nighttime. Okay, next one. This one's creepy and off-putting. It's like makes me feel weird, okay? That if you trim your hair and you put it if a bird catches your hair and makes a nest with it, it'll mad you out. Like it'll make you crazy. And it's usually the junker bird. It if it if you throw out your hair trimmings
Oh, wow, it's
and
hilarious.
the fucking birds take it and they make nests with it,
You go
you
crazy.
go crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
The fuck, dude.
Well, those are my Jamaican contributions.
I love them. Shit was wild.
Oh yeah. So do you have a favorite urban legend?
So, I have a thing with urban legends.
Oh.
I don't really believe them, which is like, I even understand how foolish it sounds for me, a believer of ghosts, aliens, and
Yeah.
above. I find urban legends a little, I don't know. Like, okay, so like for me, I remember hearing a lot about the chupacabra and shit.
I don't know much about the chupacabra.
All right, well,
Tell me.
well,
Oh,
what I know is just that it's like a killer goat type shit.
a killer goat?
Yeah, here, let me look it
Okay.
up.
I thought you had more information. I'm sorry.
So the chupacabra means goat sucker.
Uh,
It's a creature. The creature acts much like a vampire, killing animals by sucking their blood. Their blood.
Okay.
Though similar stories date back several decades, the first major wave of alleged chupacabra sightings came from the farmers in Puerto Rico in the late 1980s and early 1990s.
Yeah.
So I heard a lot about the chupacabra I was growing up. I don't know why. Then I remember us coming here and I heard about the snowman guy, the Yeti guy.
Oh, the abominable
Hmm.
snowman guy?
And then Bigfoot. That's a big
Yeah.
one. And and like I don't know.
It's just,
This
yes.
is, you know what I'm saying? Like Jodona, like Bloody Mary. Like I did that.
I did
Like I
it too.
remember when
Nothing
I was no,
happened.
nothing happened, and I did it
So,
right.
yeah,
I feel like I
right.
did. I had the knife. I
You
had the
did. You did
lights off.
silence,
The
darkness,
door. I was
mirror
by
by
myself. I
yourself.
had the mirror. I was
Yeah.
in the bathroom. I felt like I was doing everything that they
Bloody
said to do.
Mary, Bloody
Bloody Mary
Mary,
never
Bloody
show up. Yeah, you say it
Mary.
after 10 times just to like close your eyes. So like have a light, a candle, the knife, whatever. Anyways, it didn't happen. And then the Slenderman, like
Yeah, with the
fucking
computer.
Leo plays Slenderman. You know what I'm talking about? Like Leo plays that shit.
Yeah.
He likes the game.
Hey, I guess that's like the appeal. I think that's the whole like psychological aspect uh
Extremist,
like,
wildest
urban
shit.
legends.
Yeah.
It's about the wild ride, the
Yeah.
adrenaline, the laughter, the shared experience. Like people, when you go to a haunted house, you go there to be scared. You know it's not real,
Yeah.
but that fear that you feel is real. And I think that's so like plays onto the human psyche too, because all we need is a legend, and then we feel automatic fear for something.
Yeah.
That's I think that's part of the appeal. Because I don't really believe in them either. I mean, we're two people who believe in all of those other things because there's things to back that up.
Yeah.
There's experiences, there's science, there's facts, there's something.
Yep. I agree, man. So you asked people some questions.
Oh, I did. I
I
did.
want to know those answers
Okay,
and the
so
questions.
the two questions that I asked were what when you think of urban legends, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
Okay.
And then the second question was, what do you like or dislike about urban legends? And we'll go for the when you think of them, what pops into your
Okay.
head first? Uh, I got a pretty mixed bag. The first one, like the most popular answer was Bloody Mary.
Hmm.
Like immediately, just one word answer, Bloody Mary. So I was like,
Got you.
gee, thanks, appreciate it. One person said Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, it's that no one else said Sasquatch. And I asked
I
like
completely forgot
six or
that
so. Yeah, like
Sasquatch
Sasquatch was
was
a
the
thing.
thing.
And one person said they didn't really know any. They just weren't familiar with with any real urban legends. But what they did say, and like, thank you for this because I had completely forgotten about this, was the urban legend of alligators infesting the New York sewers. Do you remember
No,
that?
I don't think so.
Well, that was a huge thing. Like people were really convinced that there were these huge fucking alligators just running the
I believe that more
tunnels
in
and the
Florida.
sewers. That's the whole because one person, and here's the little grain of truth. is that one person flushed their baby alligator in the toilet, and so there was one in the sewers, and that just took off into
There's
there's
alligators
alligators
in
in
the
the New
sewer.
York sewer. I completely forgot about that.
That's hilarious.
Another person brought up the Pied Piper.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, like I wasn't. I know the term paying the Pied Piper, but I wasn't. I had no idea what the lore was, and they were explaining to me that it's basically there was this place that was infested with rats, and this one guy he had a flute, and the rats, would be quelled
Would
by
listen
the
to
yeah
the
would listen and follow him, and he's like, all right, you guys pay me, and I'll get rid of your rats for you. And they're like, bet, cool, so they did it, and the guy plays the pipe and he leads the rats into the ocean and kills them all.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
but then when he goes to the place, they refuse to pay him. They're like, no, get out of here, thanks, whatever, basically being bastards about it,
Uh huh.
and he goes, okay, bet. So he leaves, and during the night he comes and plays the flute,
To
and
bring the
to
rats
bring
back.
not the rats
Oh,
but their children from the place that he cleared the nest for, and led all of their children in. I'm getting goosebumps, into the water and drowned them.
the 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 parents' kids.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I
Well,
was like,
don't be a
whoa.
bitch to people,
Yeah,
y'all.
you know what I'm saying? So that's where the term comes, paying the Pied Piper, when you got to pay up for something, comes from
Wow.
because of that.
That's crazy.
Right?
I've never heard of that. That's
Um,
scary.
yeah, it gave me goosebumps just now, even though I know that it's not a real thing. There's no magical flute like leading children into the fucking water. Okay, but that shit made my it made me uncomfortable. Okay, another one was your face getting stuck.
Huh?
Yeah, so
Like when you twist your
like
eyes to the
yeah,
side?
yeah, when you the whole thing was, if the wind blows the wrong direction while you've got your face all made up, you're stuck like that. You're going to stay like that.
Bro, that is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't think this is an urban legend. I think this actually happens. But I remember when I was a kid, we would like do things with our eyes, like
Mhm.
go cross-eyed and
Oh,
shit.
no, say don't do it too long cuz you'll get stuck.
No, it's like you don't hit them in the back of the head because then they'll get stuck.
Oh.
Yeah, I never did it to nobody,
No
but
good.
I remember hearing that all the time. And maybe, I mean, I don't
I
know.
don't know,
What if you
maybe.
like twitch your fucking head and look? No, she did it.
I
Like a
didn't work.
psychopath.
All right. And then the last one was, the last few I got were the movie. I didn't even know there was an urban legends movie, and apparently it's this one girl who goes around killing people using urban legends.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, we gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, and there's three of them. One from 98, one from 2000, and the last one in 2005 is just about Bloody Mary. Yeah. All right, and one more for honorable mention, because I had also completely forgotten about this, was that urban legend of flashing your lights at someone to turn their lights on if they're not driving
hmm
with them. That
hmm
whole thing that if you do, it's a signal for them to stop, and fuck you up.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, so that's also crazy. And then a question was, what do you like or dislike about urban legends? And I'll read a few that I got. And one of them is, I think, my favorite. I'm not going to name the name, but you know who you are. They responded, well, I like that some people are passionate about them. They devote lots of time and effort researching things, etc., and it brings them joy. And it makes good for good content, a great conversational centerpiece. However, I dislike that some people take it too seriously and it starts to affect other people's lives. For instance, black cats are the least likely to be adopted due to an urban
Yeah.
legend, or the people who wasted taxpayers' dollars trying to occupy Area 51. Do you remember that,
Oh
bro?
yeah,
Like,
there's a whole
that
Facebook
was a
about that shit.
whole thing. Like, that was kind of crazy. Okay. Someone else said, I dislike that as a child they kept me from falling asleep at night, and to this day I have to sleep with the door to the bathroom shut in my bedroom. I
Wow,
want to say there's a story there. I just don't know it.
I don't know it either. Something must come out of your toilet.
Yeah. Someone else said, I like urban legends because they're meant to scare us. and be kind of a cautionary tale. I also like them because they're based on some sort of truth, which is true.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Somebody's truth.
Yes, somebody's truth. uh, yeah, and that's all I've got for those. Oh wait, no, I have one more. They said, I like how urban legends are things that can be about many theories and dislike that more than likely most of them aren't true. I
Man,
agree, because some of them would be really cool if they were true,
yeah.
you know? Like, that's
I really
fuck.
like all of these responses. I love hearing like what other
Yeah,
people
from you
have to
guys.
say.
And
Yeah, from you
I
guys.
feel like it was a good mix.
It was a great mix.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody who responded, and we love y'all.
Yeah. All right. So we spoke about state urban legends. We spoke about ones from our countries, respective countries. We've talked about the most common, most popular. We've got a mixed bag. But what is Susie's favorite urban legend?
Like I said, I don't really like over
So you don't
If
even
I
have a
no, I
favorite?
don't.
None.
What you
If
If
there
I have to
was
pick, yes, of course. If I have to pick, let's just say Bloody Mary because I feel like that one was the one that like caught my attention the most when I was a kid. Like that was the one I believed the most. That's why I went out of my way and tried to
to
get
try
that
and do
bitch
it.
to come out, but she did it.
She
So
did it.
very disappointed about that.
Fuck you, Bloody Mary.
What about you? What's your favorite?
I'm so excited to share with you because it hasn't been mentioned yet.
Oh, okay.
Krampus.
Oh, Leo
Krampus is
loves
my
Krampus.
favorite. And but my reasoning, you're gonna be like, wow, you're such a bitch. And it's true, okay? Because I just remember thinking how much work I put in to be a good kid, okay, for Christmas to get Christmas presents
And all them shitty
and
kids.
all the shitty kids. Yeah, sure. Wait, they don't get like anything, but that's not a fucking punishment, dude. Like, what do you mean? You just get that's it. There's no that. So the fact that Krampus exists, okay, in my brain, I was happy. I was like, finally, some fucking retribution.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Because Krampus, if you're not familiar, is a fucking
Honestly, the opposite of Santa.
he is. He is the opposite of Santa. He puts you in his fucking. He beats you with a birch rod, like stick, and puts you in his backpack and takes you either to hell or some other place to eat
Takes
you.
you away from your
Like to
family,
eat you,
or like
yeah.
kills your fucking family.
No, he eats your. He eats.
Oh,
He
your-
eats you, the child, or he beats you and
Beats
puts you in his pot.
Yeah, you should look it up. Let's see what the urban
Okay.
legend is.
Krampus, a demonic figure with goat horns, hooves, and a long, slimy tongue, who punishes bad children by beating them with a birch rod and sometimes carrying them away in a basket on his back, either to eat them or take them to hell.
That is hilarious.
I love it. I love Krampus, okay? Because if you're a little
I love
shit,
Krampus.
yeah, if you're a little shit, you deserve to be threatened with Krampus.
You heard that, Leo?
Krampus is
Nah, I
not
love you,
gonna
dude.
just not bring you presents. He's gonna take you away. And I'm not talking to Leo. I'm saying this to the bad children, okay? He's gonna take you away and eat you, or you're gonna spend forever in hell.
Have you seen the Krampus movie?
No.
What? Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna do that. It's
I
such a
love
good movie.
Krampus.
I've seen it like 10
there's a
times.
movie, and I just haven't.
I mean,
This
there's
is
a
one of those
bunch,
things.
but there's only one good one.
But no, I haven't. But Krampus is definitely my favorite urban legend.
That's hilarious. I love that. So, talking about scary ones,
Mm-hmm.
I sent you a link.
Oh,
Open that for me.
yes, ma'am. The 17 scariest urban legends of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
I think we should skim through these and talk a bit about them.
All right, we'll pick a number 1 through 17 then, and we'll go to that number.
We'll just start with the first one because
The
I feel
first
like
one.
it's
the hook.
The hook.
Okay, that's actually one of the most popular urban legends out there. I was reading it was either the hook or Bloody Mary. So,
Mhm.
all right.
So it says,
Let's kick things off with this total classic involving a deranged dude with a hook for a hand who goes around attacking couples trying to make out in their cars. Usually said, couples are listening to the radio and find out that a serial killer has escaped a mental institution right before getting slashed to death. Oh, and our dude almost always leaves his hook hanging ominously in the car door. That's creepy. Imagine trying to fucking get frisky and then
There's
you,
some big old
yeah,
hook that come
yeah,
out.
and fucking
Mhm.
slashed to death before you even get some.
For real.
It's fucked up.
So let's skip to number 3. Tiki Tiki or Teke Teke. The legend of, I'm going to just say Tiki Tiki for now.
Tiki
Tiki Tiki.
tiki.
Hails from Japan.
Ooh.
Apparently, it's the spirit of a young woman who was tragically cut in half during a train accident.
Jesus.
The top half of Tiki Tiki's body can be found wandering stations in the evenings. And legend says she'll cut you in half if you run into her.
Whoa.
Jesus.
That's
Spooky.
spooky. The fact. Ugh. I don't want to be cut in half. I just keep thinking about it. And which way, vertically or horizontally? Because
I
that
don't know.
matters.
It does matter,
I
but I
feel
don't
like
know.
the pain would last a lot longer if you were cut in half horizontally versus vertically.
I think I would die either way, so I mean, whatever. But all right, La Llorona.
Ooh,
We've heard about this. I mean, we talked a little
the
about this.
movie.
So, La Llorona is about a mother named Maria, aka La Llorona. She threw her children into a river upon realizing that her husband was unfaithful. She immediately regretted the impulsive act, and so legend says that if you lurk around rivers after dark, you might come across her. La Llorona wears a highly haunting all white lace outfit, and laying eyes on her will bring you death and doom. Spooky.
Yeah,
Spooky doopy.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either.
Oh, this one looks good. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. And apparently it's been around forever, thanks to people telling the same story all the time. They pick up a hitchhiker, everything's normal, and then boom, the hitchhiker vanishes from the car.
Wow.
Like, can you just put yourself in a position in that car for a moment? You've picked up the hitchhiker, you're on your way. Let's say you get maybe half a mile down the road, and
you
then
look back,
you
and the
look
guy you
back,
just picked up is
is not
gone.
there anymore.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not good with that.
What it's like a ghost troll. Like,
For real.
It's like, I'm here. No, I'm not.
Bye. Thanks for picking me
Thanks
up.
for picking me up. Oh, maybe if you don't pick them
him
up, they
he'll
kill you.
Oh my god, I was thinking the same thing.
Yes.
So Mothman.
Ooh, I know this one.
Lewis like moths and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Mothman is a man who is also a moth.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in West Virginia, and he first showed up during the 60s when several folks claimed to see him. I wonder if that's real. That's kind of like all it says.
Mothman?
Mothman. It's just a man that was a moth, and people claim to see him. He ain't do nothing to these people. The man with wings.
It's the man with me. Why is there nothing on the Mothman? Oh, there's a bunch of restaurants named Mothman. There's literally a place called Mothman Urban Legends Bar and Grill, but there's nothing on the fucking urban legend of the Mothman. These are all pubs.
That is hilarious.
Isn't there a movie? There's a movie. I watched the movie.
Yes, the
I had
Mothman.
it.
Yeah.
And is it literally just about a man who's a moth? It's like a werewolf movie, but with moths. I can't remember.
I honestly don't remember, but
I have an honorable mention that's not on this list, and it's also a Japanese thing called Tomino's Hell.
okay.
It's about this kid that was getting abused and took all of his pain and agony from the abuse of his parents into writing a poem. And apparently he got beat to death or something. And anytime anyone reads the poem, they either die or bad things start happening to them, and they start to be afflicted.
Oh my god.
I have the poem. Do you want to read it?
We have the poem?
We have the poem.
Oh god.
We're going to do it.
Okay.
So, trigger warning, if you believe in this stuff, like if you believe this is going to cause you harm, just skip forward
Like
5
5
minutes.
minutes.
Not even. It's not that long.
Just
All
skip
right.
forward like a minute.
Yeah. The older sister vomits blood. The younger sister spits fire. Cute Tomino spits treasured jewels. Tomino died alone and fell into hell. Hell, darkness with no flowers. Is it Tomino's older sister that whips? The number of red welts is worrisome. Whipping and beating and pounding. The path to eternal hell is only one way. Beg for guidance into the darkness of hell. From the golden sheep, from the nightingale, how much is left in the leather bag? Prepare for the endless journey into hell. Spring comes and into the woods and valleys, 7 turns into in the dark valley of hell. In the cage is a nightingale, in the cart a sheep, in the eyes of cute Tomino are tears. Cry, nightingale, for the woods and for the rain, voicing your love for your sister. The echo of your cry howls through hell, and blood red flower blooms. Through the 7 mountains and valleys of hell, cute Tomino travels alone to welcome you to hell. The glimmering spikes of the needled mountain stick fresh punctures in the flesh as a sign to cute Tomino.
What the fuck?
Yeah, wild, crazy.
All right, well, check on
shit.
us in like a
Yeah,
couple days. 'Cause
if we don't
what the
post next
fuck?
week, you know
You know
why.
Probably shouldn't be messing around with
With that
this
shit
Tomiko, whatever.
anyway. Poor Tomino.
Tomino.
I hear that and I just feel bad for him. Like,
Yeah, me too.
that's
It
fucked
started
up.
really intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. There was. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. The Suicide song. Do you remember that? Obviously, we're not gonna play it. Okay. Gloomy Sunday.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's the best known song concerning suicide because they said that anytime it was originated in Hungary and it was way back then, and anytime the song would be played or listened to, that person would kill themselves, including the composer. Yeah, and there was actually, see, this is the thing, that sometimes the human psyche is just too fragile for some of these things. And going back to what that person said, it gets
They
too
get too hard,
involved and
yeah.
they go too far. Like, people are literally listening to themselves, to this song, and killing themselves. Like, and then like it's claimed that it's the song and it's not the person. And I did
Shit.
this whole extensive thing when I was in, because my background is in music. I was in Magnet all through middle school, high school, and I took it upon myself to try and learn the song on the piano and also learn the vocal parts. But I listened to it a lot, and I put myself in the position. I went into my room, turned off the lights, got into the bed, turned on the song, and listened to it on repeat for like 2 hours. And it is a very sad song and a very sad feeling. But I mean, it wouldn't drive me to kill myself just from listening to it. But I just thought that was also an honorable mention because that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
And it's not a place. It's not a human. It's not a thing. It's not a
It's a
creature. It's a song. Like a song. That's
Yeah,
how
song.
delicate our psyche is. That these things have such
meaning
and effect. Because at the end of the day, they're just legends. They're just lore. It's stories that are passed down mouth to mouth, person to person about something that happened to someone else.
Yeah, and not to mention, has anybody ever played the fucking telephone game?
Yeah, exactly.
When
The
one
shit
story
gets
comes from one person and ends up with Gregory 50,000 years later, that story is a rather mixed up.
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
feel like.
Yeah, man. But that's, again, like we said earlier, that's part of the appeal. That whole it could be.
Is this possible?
It's possible, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't, but that's the appeal.
Today was a good episode. It was a
Yes,
good one.
was. Yeah.
I definitely feel a little bit different about urban legends.
Oh?
Just talking about it. They're kind of cool. I mean, I guess some of them are very extreme.
Yes.
I think that's a concept with me. But anyways, it was fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
We hope to see you for our next episode.
On bucket lists.
Ooh.
Do you have one? Do you want one?
Do we have one?
Do you even know what that is?
What's on them?
Yeah, there's a lot to cover there. So tune in Thursday and don't miss out.
We're excited and we hope you are too. Of course, please don't forget to find us at _exploring_thoughts_ on Instagram and TikTok. Don't forget our Facebook page at facebook.com/exploringthoughts.
And if you want to answer any of the questions, please send in your thoughts to us at exploringthoughts@gmail.com.
And like always, thank you for joining us. We really love doing this.
Yeah, we do. And we love doing it with you. So remember, guys, unleash your curiosity and always explore your thoughts. Bye.